You come home after a long day. Maybe it was a hard one. Traffic, emails, a conversation you're still replaying in your head. And your dog is right there. Tail going, eyes bright, body practically vibrating with something that can only be described as joy. And you do the thing you've done 100 times. You drop to your knees, wrap both arms around them, and pull them close. It feels like love. It is love. You're absolutely certain of that. But here's what most people assume in that moment: that your dog feels exactly what you feel. That the warmth traveling through your chest is traveling through theirs, too. That a hug is a hug. Universal, cross-species, emotionally fluent. But behavioral neuroscience tells a completely different story. What your dog is experiencing when you wrap your arms around them is one of the most revealing windows into how their mind actually works, and how profoundly different their emotional architecture is from ours. What you interpret as affection, your dog may be reading as something else entirely. And most owners have absolutely no idea. Let's start with the obvious explanation, because it sounds completely reasonable. You love your dog. Hugging is how humans express love. So hugging your dog must make them feel loved. It's almost airtight as logic goes. And on the surface, your dog seems fine with it. They don't run away. They might even lean into you. So the conclusion most people draw is, my dog loves hugs. Done. Next topic. But here's the problem. Your dog has a full vocabulary of ways to tell you how they feel, and almost none of them involve words. They communicate entirely through the body. Through posture, ear position, tail movement, lip tension, eye shape. And when researchers at the University of British Columbia began systematically analyzing thousands of photographs of humans hugging their dogs, candid shots, family photos, social media posts, what they found was deeply counterintuitive. In over 81% of images, dogs displayed at least one clear stress signal while being hugged. Whale eye, where the whites of the eyes become visible. Ears pinned back. Head turned away. Lip licking. Yawning. These aren't random. These are the same signals canine behaviorists use to identify discomfort, anxiety, and the early stages of threat response. So why do dogs tolerate it? Because your dog loves you. And tolerating something uncomfortable from someone you trust is not the same as enjoying it. To understand this, we need to talk about how dogs experience physical restraint, because that's what a hug is, neurologically speaking. In 2015, researchers at Yavuz University in Budapest, led by Dr. Adam McCloskey and his team at the Family Dog Project, conducted a landmark series of studies on how dogs experience threat and safety. What they found was that dogs are uniquely sensitive to the loss of locomotor freedom, meaning their ability to move. Unlike wolves, who respond to physical restraint with aggressive escape behavior, domestic dogs have a much more nuanced response. But nuance doesn't mean neutral. What the Budapest team found was that when a dog's movement is restricted, even gently, even by someone they love, their stress response system activates. Cortisol levels rise. Heart rate variability decreases. The body enters a low-grade state of alert. Here's the key word, alert. Not panic, not aggression. Alert. For a prey animal, and dogs, despite everything, carry deep prey animal wiring. Being unable to move is one of the most primal signals of danger. It's the feeling of being caught. And 15,000 years of living beside humans hasn't fully overwritten that. When your dog does the slow head turn away from you during a hug, when their body goes slightly stiff, when they lick their lips, they are performing the single most fundamental behavior in stress psychology, a displacement signal. They are saying, in the only language available to them, I'm uncomfortable, but I trust you enough not to react. They're not being dramatic. They're telling you that your bond is strong enough to override a very old instinct. And that, honestly, is its own kind of profound. A 2009 study published in the journal Hormones and Behavior, conducted by researchers at the University of Azabu in Japan, measured oxytocin levels in both dogs and their owners during various forms of physical contact. Petting, play, eye contact, and, crucially, prolonged holding. Oxytocin, if you're not familiar, is the neurochemical often called the bonding hormone. It's what floods a new mother's brain during skin-to-skin contact. It's what makes human friendships feel safe. It's the chemical architecture of trust. And what they found was extraordinary. What got selected for over the next several millennia wasn't just tameness. It wasn't just obedience. Researchers at Cornell University and the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm found that domestic dogs carry unique genetic insertions in chromosome 6, specifically in genes associated with human social bonding. Hypersociality genes, the same genes that, in humans, are associated with Williams syndrome, a condition characterized by intense, indiscriminate friendliness. Dogs were literally bred, at a genetic level, to want to be near us. But here's the critical nuance. Being near someone and being held by someone are entirely different propositions. Those early dogs chose proximity. They approached the fire on their own terms. That voluntary, self-directed closeness is exactly what the oxytocin research rewards. Archaeological evidence from sites in Israel dating back 12,000 years shows humans buried with their hands resting on the bodies of dogs, a gesture interpreted by researchers as deliberate, intentional companionship. These weren't just working animals. They were family. But even family has physical boundaries. Your dog isn't doing something unusual when they subtly stiffen in a hug. They're honoring something that's been wired into them across 15 millennia of evolution. Closeness is chosen, not imposed. Now, I want to tell you about a study that nobody talks about, because the finding seems almost contradictory. In 2017, researchers at Canisius College in New York surveyed over 250 dog owners about their physical interaction habits. Owners who reported hugging their dogs frequently also reported, overwhelmingly, feeling that their dogs were happy, affectionate, and emotionally close to them. And here's the paradox. Many of those same dogs, when assessed by trained veterinary behaviorists using standardized stress signal checklists, showed consistent low-grade anxiety responses during those interactions. The owners felt deeply connected. The dogs showed stress signals. Both things were true at the same time. How is that possible? Because the connection isn't wrong. The form is mismatched. Your dog loves you. That love is absolutely real and measurable. But they express and receive affection differently than you do. They lean. They follow. They rest their chin on your knee. They offer a paw. They stay in the same room when they could be anywhere else in the house. Maybe the hug isn't ruining the bond. Maybe the bond is strong enough to survive the hug, and the dog is telling you they'd love to show you that love in a language that actually lands for both of you. Which brings us to the most recent research. And this is where it gets deep. A 2023 study from researchers at Nagoya University in Japan measured heart rate variability, one of the most sensitive markers of nervous system state, in both dogs and their owners during shared rest time. What they found was something that sounds almost impossible. Bonded dog-owner pairs showed correlated HRV patterns during extended side-by-side contact. Their nervous systems were in sync. Moment to moment, beat to beat, the rhythms of their bodies were moving together. They tested unfamiliar human-dog pairs. No synchronization. They tested owners with dogs they'd had for less than 6 months. Weaker correlation. The effect was strongest, dramatically strongest, in pairs who had lived together for years. This only happens within truly bonded pairs. And it only happens during chosen contact. Proximity, the dog enters willingly at their own pace. When the dog curls against your leg on the couch. When they follow you to the bathroom and lie across your feet. When they press their back against yours while you read. Sleeping beside your dog isn't just a psychological comfort. It's a neurological event. Two nervous systems that have learned each other's rhythms, regulating together. Now imagine what that same study would look like if the dog were being held still. There's one last thing I need to tell you, and it might be the most important part of this story. But sometimes, and this is the part one need you to hear, the first sign of physical pain in a dog isn't limping. It isn't crying. It's withdrawal from touch. A dog who quietly stops seeking contact because contact now hurts. Long before the limp appears, before the vet can see it on an X-ray, they are telling you with their behavior. And in older dogs, a sudden change in social behavior, including aversion to being held by someone they previously tolerated, can be an early indicator of canine cognitive dysfunction. Dog dementia affects an estimated 68% of dogs over 15 years old, and behavioral change is almost always the first signal. Your dog doesn't have language. Behavior is the only vocabulary they have. When the behavior changes, listen. So the next time your dog subtly turns their head away when your arms go around them, when their body goes still, when they lick their lips just once before settling into the hold, remember what's actually happening. 15,000 years of evolution. A neurochemical loop that co-evolved specifically between your species and theirs. An attachment system sensitive enough to read your emotions before you can name them. An ancient instinct around movement and restraint that no amount of love has fully overwritten. And a dog who loves you enough to stay anyway. They're not broken. They're not cold. They're not ungrateful. They're speaking a language you now know how to hear. Put down the hug. Sit on the floor. Let them come to you. Watch what they do next. The science suggests that moment, that chosen closeness, is doing something for both of you that no imposed embrace ever could. If this changed the way you see your dog, even a little bit, subscribe to Paw Physiology and drop a comment below. I want to know, does your dog lean in when you hug them, or do they do the slow turn away? And if you want to understand why your dog follows you to the bathroom every single time, without fail, that's the next video. And the science behind it is even stranger than you'd expect.